Good morning, everyone, and today we are going to start at a house. And this isn't just any house or cottage. This is the cottage of a extremely famous lawman, gunfighter, businessman from way back in the Wild Wild West. He was actually involved in the OK Corral gunfight, so you may know who I'm talking about. And this is the cottage of Wyatt Earp. He actually lived here from 1925 to 1928 with his wife Josephine. And he lived here only during the winter, fall, winter, and spring. And he worked a mine that was called the Happy Days Mine that is a few miles off in that direction. So yeah, this is actually a pretty cool stop. It is a historical marker. And it is located right over the border, not too far from Parker, Arizona, in the town of Vidal, California. And I say the town, and when I say town, it's this cottage, and that's it. Definitely a neat little stop. Not a whole lot here to look at. You can't go inside or anything, but definitely a neat stop. So, and talking about the Happy Days mine, that is actually what we are going to take about a 15-minute ride down the road and go check out where Wyatt Earp actually worked. So we'll head on over there, and I'll see you guys when we get to the mine. All right, guys, so we made it out to Happy Days mine. Everything I read online pretty much says that you need to have four-wheel drive to get out here. That's not necessarily true. Definitely didn't need four-wheel drive to get out here. Something with some decent clearance, a Subaru or something like that could make it pretty easily. I wouldn't try to bring a small car or anything with low-profile tires. However, I did come out here in my Ford Flex, so it can be done. You just might suffer some damage. So we're here at Wyatt Earp's mine, and it's not really the easiest thing to find, but pretty much when you get here, just look for that shot up barrel back there, and just up the hill you'll see the shaft. So here we are at the entrance to the mine. It's only about a 4-foot by 4-foot hole. It appears that right up here there's a vent shaft, so we'll go down inside and check it out and see what it looks like. I'm not going to go too far in here. I'm not really prepared. Unfortunately, I didn't even bring a headlamp, so we'll see what we can see and once we get in. All right, here we go in the footsteps of Wyatt Earp. So here's what appears to be the main shaft. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera or not, but the barrel down there looks like a brake drum. People have just been throwing their trash. Don't do that, guys. Like I said, I did not bring a headlamp or even a decent flashlight, so I'm not going to go down and explore. It looks like it goes down about 15 feet, and there might just be a drop off there or step or something we can't see. But there's also another shaft that goes off over here. We'll go see if we can see anything down there. You're in it. So here is the second shaft, and it's pretty pitch black in here. You really can't see much of anything. Gonna see if I can turn on my flashlight if I can get to it. So don't think that really helped a whole lot, but the other shaft goes way down there. And I doubt you can see it on camera, but these walls are just full. Like, this is all copper. Here's a nice big chunk right here. Yeah, so definitely a lot of copper left inside here. So from what I read, it looks like he mined in this mine shaft for about 3 or 4 years. And actually right up until his death in 1929. So yeah, not the most glamorous thing to see. But the upside is that this one's only about 2 miles off the highway. So it's relatively easy to get to, and it does not take you hours to get out here to it. But I'll, as usual, I'll post the GPS coordinates for both the Cottage and the Happy Days mine. I'll even post the turnoffs I used off of Highway 62. And for those of you who don't know who Wyatt Earp is, I'll be sure and post a link to his wiki page. So from here, we're going to actually go check out what seems to be a very different type of rock art. It's only about 20 minutes down the road, right up near the Parker Dam. So we'll head over there, and I'll meet you guys when we get there. All right, so we're at a place now, just labeled on the map as Desert Art. We're actually just a few miles from the Parker Dam. You can actually drive pretty close to this with just about any vehicle. It's a little sandy, but the roads are definitely better than where we just came from. But once you get out here, then you do have to do a little bit of a hike to get to this spot where I'm at right now. But this is definitely a very different type of rock art here. So I'll show you some of these first ones right here at the front, and then I'll send the drone up and we'll get a look at it from the air. Looks like we got a ram. This be a cat of some sort. Or a fox, maybe. Bushy tail, maybe a fox. Not sure what this one is. Hot air balloons. And one thing to note, that the rocks are not painted. They are just all different color rocks used to form each one of these. Not too sure what this one's supposed to be either. I don't know if you guys can tell what it might be. I don't know. Stingray, a boat, water. I think this one must be pretty old. It's a neat one for the Route 66 people. Very well done. So honestly, there's just way too many here to show you each and every one of them one at a time. So I'm just going to go wander around, see if there's any good ones that are worth showing you guys, and then we'll send the drone up and you can kind of get a good look at everything here. So I figured I'd show you a few of the notable ones that I found, but as you can see here, we've got Mickey Mouse. And then this is a very well done butterfly. This is probably one of my favorite. Nice buck. Standing right at the right angle, you can definitely tell exactly what it is immediately. First, I was standing over there looking at it from the other way, and I wasn't sure what it was. And for our Jeep people, we've got a Jeep. And here's another just absolutely well done flower. Very cool. Like I said, none of these are painted. These are all just different colors of the rocks. So definitely some time. And this one right here next to it, the donkey, which actually you'll see several signs coming up here that say donkeys roaming, or can't remember exactly what it says, but you know, they may be on the roadway. And believe it or not, this time we actually got to see a few of them crossing. So if I can find that footage, I'll put that up here real quick. All right, guys, so we have made it back to camp here in Quartzsite. Definitely that last stop was pretty interesting. The place was pretty massive, as I'm sure you saw by the drone footage. There looked like you could even go back farther. The little castle somebody had built back in the back. So you could definitely spend a few hours there, especially if you want to build your own, do your own art while you're there. Now, there is only one color rock out there, so if you want to do multicolor, you will need to bring your own rocks that are different colors. Other than that, it was definitely a fun stop. While you're in the area, if you haven't been to the Parker Dam, you can also drive across the dam, and you can just kind of check out that whole Parker Strip, is what they call it there. It's where it runs down the Colorado River. It's kind of a big area, very popular. So if you've got time while you're in the area, you know, stop in there and check it out, see what all they've got. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As usual, I'll have put all the GPS locations down in the description below, and I will see you guys on the next one.